Yes, friends, I am slowly beginning to recognize my club again. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, as always, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Off a beautiful win against Palmeiras in the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup. But today, we're discussing the UEFA fines. Boo! Apparently, we've quoted Man United for Nkunku. Interesting. A little bit more on the situation with Noni Madueke, of course, some quotes from Maresca regarding his links to Arsenal. And Kudus as well, Mohamed Kudus. Very interesting indeed. We're going to get into all of it, guys. A little bit of housework here, mate. So thank you for joining me. Wonderful support here on the channel lately, so I'm very thankful for that. You can support just by dropping a like on the video, subscribing if you're new. Or if you're a returning viewer, part of the community, you might as well hit that subscribe button. Why not? Mate, we are closing in on 200,000, over 195k. Come on, let's do it. Just the 200,000, then we can all relax. But in the meantime, take a minute and listen to this. Surely you know by now you need a VPN service in your internet using life. And fortunately for you, this video is brought to you by my partner Surfshark. You use the internet all the time, every day on loads of devices. Utilize the strength of a VPN. And Surfshark, in my opinion, is the best around. It has so many different servers in so many different countries because that's how a VPN works. It moves your internet location elsewhere. It's internet magic. Why do you want to do that, Jan? Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, it offers you a greater deal of security. Protect your identity. Protect your private data. Don't let those horrible data pirates and internet baddies anywhere close to you. Also, browse in private. Know that you're safe in private. We all want that on the internet. But it's not just that. You can unlock entertainment using Surfshark. Loads of different streaming platforms, streaming services will only offer you your country's library, as in where you are at the time. So it goes, all right, you're in the UK, here's the UK library. But now you can use Surfshark, choose a new desired location, destination, like you're going on internet holiday. And suddenly their streaming service is like, oh, okay, you're here. How about all these different shows and movies? Guys, because you're a viewer to my channel, you can get an additional 4 months free when you use my code FOOTBALL on Surfshark. That's right, 1, 2, 3, 4 months free when you use my code FOOTBALL on Surfshark. Do go check this offer out now. Use my code FOOTBALL, or alternatively, click the link in the top of the description. It's time, guys. Go get Surfshark. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Surfshark, my beloved and long-term partners. Check it out. Let's get into it. It's just feeling nicer to be Chelsea these last few months. Top 4, a trophy, a semi-final, you know. It feels like we're getting somewhere, and it does feel like it's going to get better. The players are young. Santos has got his star, Stevo. Apparently, you don't really accentuate the first E, you really get into the second E in the middle, and the sort of ow is like an O. So it's kind of like Steve-O without the st. It's like Stevo on the right, Palmer somewhere else, Chelsea lifting trophies. It does feel better, I must say. Feels like we're on the right trajectory. Of course, I did a match review of our 2-1 win against a good Palmeiras side, where it was, in many ways, the perfect night, with Stevo scoring as well. Steve-O! Can I just call him Steve-O? Is that okay? We'll learn over time. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, I would gently urge you, escort you over to that video, go and have a watch, and we look at the numbers and we talk about it, so it's a lot of fun. Merci bien. Right, so we are talking about Chelsea news. I'm not set up screen shares, so I'm just going to tell you why I'm referencing these things, rather than showing them to you just this time around. First of all, let's talk about the fine from UEFA. First of all, this has been coming. This is in the mail. Chelsea have sort of broadly been prepared for this. They are relaxed. It's a £27 million fine, with more maybe coming over the following years if they don't sort themselves out. So we've already earned that and more in the Club World Cup. Chelsea knew it was coming. Remember, the women's team being sold, the hotels being sold, sorted us out in PSR, like the Premier League and English football regulations, but it never was going to in UEFA. We always knew this. This is what was being reported by a multitude of different publications. So we knew it was coming. The Athletic write here, where did they write it? Chelsea co-owners Clearlake Capital and Todd Boehly have always been relaxed about the club's position, with a statement welcoming what they say is a swift conclusion to the matter. The club has worked closely and transparently with UEFA to provide a full and detailed breakdown of its financial reporting, which indicates the financial performance of the club. And it's on a strong upwards trajectory. Chelsea greatly values its relationship with UEFA and considers it important to bring the matter to a swift conclusion by entering into a settlement agreement. Again, it's really important, their relationship with UEFA. Remember, they bought Chelsea. The first thing they did is to self-report the financial irregularities from the Abramovich era. The Premier League is still investigating Chelsea for it, but UEFA were like, well, thanks for telling us. Here's a fine. Let's move on. UEFA like it when clubs open the books to them. Remember, cast your minds back, to when they thought they'd kicked Man City out of the Champions League for 2 years because they breached their rules, and then Man City took them to the Court of Arbitration of Sport, got it overthrown. They couldn't even kick people out of their own competition. But one of the main gripes of UEFA back then was Man City refused to open their books to UEFA. And they were like, show us. No, we want to see. No. And that's largely it. And Chelsea were like, here you go. Look at my books. Look at them. They're here. No, I don't like that bit. You won't like that bit too. Do you know what I mean? So it's basically that transparency, their relationship. So yeah, it sucks. No one wants to be fined. But it's not like, this like big news that's shocking or whatever. It's like they sort of knew it was coming. At least that's what we've understood. All right, let's talk about transfers, baby. Big, sexy transfers. Excuse me, I've eaten so many carbs today. I've been trying to lose weight lately. I've been trying to cut up again. But I've had like a sort of cheat day, I suppose, carb loading. And boy, am I full. Right, so many of you would have seen this quote going around. There's a lot of frustration. The fact how Noni Madueke is open to going to Arsenal. That is the brief. That's what Fabrizio Romano and Dem Man are saying. I'm kind of okay with it. I said it recently. I'm like, well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea will make probably like 70% profit on him, and they, he's not necessarily going to start. I think he came in just before the whole squadron, like the whole sort of like Joe Shields recruitment mandem were like, when before the Avengers entirely assembled. So Noni's good. I think Chelsea like Noni. His attitude is not always great. We know that as Chelsea fans. He's pretty good. He's versatile. He demonstrated yet again why he's good. But originally, a lot of Chelsea fans heard he's willing to go to Arsenal. Some upset about that. I mean, I've been pretty consistent. He doesn't, he's come to Chelsea as pure opportunism. He's Tottenham Academy. He's willing to go to Arsenal. He's currently at Chelsea. He's not got an allegiance to a London club. He's just trying to do what's best. Arsenal will absolutely give him a huge pay rise. I've been very firm on that. I'd put the farm on that, mate. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, he might feel like he's got a better chance of playing more and, more consistency there and yada, yada, yada. So, we'll see what happens there. But of course, the quote that came out yesterday was Maresca. Originally, it sounded like he was saying, Noni, if he doesn't want to stay, he can go. I only want players that want to stay. But of course, further context came out when we saw and heard the entire quote, which was this. He was asked about Noni Madueke being linked away. He says, Noni has been very important for us during this season. Today, again, he's been important. But my message to the players and to the club is that I just want players that are happy to be with us. The ones that are not happy, they are free to go. By the way, and this is Pep Guardiola's remit, what he says as well. But again, Noni has been very good this season and very good tonight. And he says, look, this is not about Noni, that statement. It's about all Chelsea players. If they want to go, they're free to go. He did say it's not about Noni, it's about players. So that very much got lost in the wash. So yeah, man, do you know what I mean? It's fine, isn't it? I'd be very interested to learn the collective Chelsea fan opinion. How do you feel about Noni Madueke? You know, we bought him for £29 million. If we sell him for, say, 50 million add-ons or whatever, Stevo's coming in, Gittins coming in, maybe a Kudus coming in. We'll speak about him in a moment. Let me know your thoughts down below. All right, man. So this is an interesting one. Nkunku, long been linked with a move away from Chelsea since January, probably before January, in terms of seeing that he's not going to be utilised. This is really interesting because remember in January we were quoting Bayern Munich, absolutely mental money, that laughable money, like 70 million. Bearing in mind we bought him for 50 million and he didn't play the whole first season. And then under the new management, Maresca, it was evident that he's not, the right profile of player to play for Maresca. And somehow we wanted to make £20 million profit on him. Mental. We should have taken the 60 million they offered or whatever, because he never really played after that. We looked to Mark Yu and Tyreek George over him and Pedro Neto over him as a striker after that. So we should have taken the money and run away, but we didn't. John Cross, chief football writer at The Mirror, has published an article on said publication. Manchester United have been quoted £35 million to sign Chelsea striker Christopher Nkunku. £35 million is good. I think Man United should take that. Because that is probably his book value remaining. And Chelsea are probably, for FFP reasons, are probably just trying to eliminate his book value. Oh, and the most salient point here is Nkunku is on big boy wages. He's not on the wage structure. He, like, let's say who's being utilised at the moment. Cucurella, Reece James, because obviously Reece extended, when we signed Raheem Sterling and stuff. So Nkunku, Cucurella, Reece James, and Fofana. These men aren't on the wage structure. They're on high, flat base wages. Yeah, you get loads of money regardless. And for players like Nkunku who don't fit, mental. For players like Fofana, who's never fit, I'll say who doesn't fit the system, Nkunku, who's never medically fit Fofana, it's all really bad because you're draining cash. Reece James, yeah, he earns it. Champions League winner, captain, world class, fine. And Cucurella, yeah. Again, next level, mustard as well, fine. But Nkunku, if you can get those wages off, they're not quite Raheem Sterling wages, but I think it's still a flat base rate of 200 a week, 200k a week, which is high. And he can command that elsewhere, but it's not good for Chelsea. United have got misfit. And he is a misfit. That sounds really derogatory, but it's kind of true. On their short list of strikers this summer, with Chelsea braced to take a big hit on the player they signed for 52 million just 2 years ago. That's what I mean. So although it will be, and I think we would have put him on a 5-year deal, so I think it will be sort of book value-ish back rather than, Nkunku's 27 years old. He's surplus to requirements at Chelsea, and they bought Joao Pedro and Liam Delap from, of course, this summer for a combined 90 milli. And Jamie Gittins for 55 million. So not that much, actually. It's 48.5 plus add-ons, should there. So it's 48 million, really. If the add-ons come in, fine. Right, 35 million. Transition. It seems cheap. I don't know if these UEFA fines have made Chelsea go, let's make some sales, quickly, sell Nkunku, 35 million, have it. It's like, like a stall at the end of the day when they're just trying to get rid of it, 35 million quid. He's a great player, Nkunku. But again, I've been a bit more pleased with his attitude at this Club World Cup in terms of just being one of the boys, getting on with it. But he's just not, you can blame Maresca. You can blame the sporting directors buying into Maresca's football. You could blame a little bit of Nkunku. But you can also just blame it being an unfortunate turn of events, his capacity to fit into the system. He's just not profiled for this. He wasn't bought for this system. He wasn't bought for any of this. So, yeah, 35 million though. Yeah, I guess it's just a problem solved, really, innit? I did feel a bit bad about 40 million. You know? All right, so finally, Jamie Gittins was on the pitch yesterday, and Madueke confirmed. Dortmund have already announced the transfer in a rather peculiar turn of events before Chelsea. He was there. He's going to spend another day or two with Chelsea, just hanging out, meeting people. Then he's going to go on holiday before meeting up with Chelsea for the pre-season. Of course, Jamie Gittins is cup-tied to Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund, for this Club World Cup tournament, so he can't play. Yeah, man, it is... we'll be short on the wing. West Ham United employee, which is a big X account, who's very well informed. Very, very well informed. Talking about Mohamed Kudus, who has been linked to both Chelsea and Tottenham. He said this on the Last Word on Spurs. Is that a podcast? I think it must be. Yes. Yes. Yes, it's a podcast. And he said West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer for Mohamed Kudus than Tottenham's current bid. The player himself, I wonder, and would like to hope and assume, without being elitist here, he would prefer to come to Chelsea than Tottenham. That's just my assumption, you know. But it's money, bro. Like, money. Do you know what I mean? We've just been fine with selling Nkunku for cheap, and Kudus will cost a lot of money. Gittins cost significant money. Joao Pedro cost money. Delap's cost money. It's all money, and I've been saying, bro, we need a backup for Cucurella. We cannot play Cucurella forever. As good as he is, he plays every minute for Spain. He plays every minute for Chelsea. He's combative. He runs for like 120 minutes some games. We need someone to alleviate the Cucurella situation. So, I mean, I kind of begrudgingly trust these Chelsea guys to navigate the financial situation as they have seemingly done so far. But, Kudus, we've done a lot on him. If Madueke again was asked about Kudus in his post-match press conference, and he says, "Look, he's a West Ham player. All I can tell you about him is I've known him since Ajax. Really, like he didn't say nothing, which always makes me feel like not quite the Delap. Like I love Liam Delap when he was playing for Ipswich, but it was a little bit like, ooh." He likes Kudus. Kudus is a great player. He's 24. He's sort of entering his prime. He's young enough to be good enough of a team. If Noni Madueke goes to Arsenal, yeah, you're gonna need. We can't just have Jamie Gittins as the only. I say senior. He's only a year older than Tyreek George, but the only real option on the left hand side, especially if Nkunku's going. And like probably most of you, I don't want to see Nkunku on the left wing for anyone but Man United, stinking it up there. So there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Please leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you as always for liking the video, subscribing. Do go check out Surfshark actually, and use my code FOOTBALL if you're yet to get a VPN, because I genuinely use it all the time. Heck, I used it to watch the replay of the Palmeiras game. And yeah, I just recommend it. So, and you can get a deal with my code, or click the link in the description. And a little reminder that subscribe to my second channel, Football Yannick, if you want to. There you go. Enjoy the football. Peace.